Hey y'all, it is me again. I am back with another update video, and this time we are updating on term 4 of 5. So we are this close to the end. And I feel like I'm required to give y'all an update because y'all have been doing such an amazing job with telling me that the content is beneficial, liking and subscribing, commenting. I always appreciate that, so please just continue to do that because I tell y'all all the time that is my motivation to making these videos. Y'all have been so consistent that I feel like I'm required to be consistent with you guys as well. But again, we are in term 4 or 5. We have already completed the psych clinical rotation and the psych final. We are now just waiting for the community rotation and knocking out that community final, which I have not done yet. I even have a little countdown on my phone. That's how close to the end we are. So I'm here to give y'all another update. Y'all didn't ask as many questions on Instagram like last time, but I'm gonna go ahead and freestyle for y'all because I basically just talk to this camera like I'm talking to y'all in person. So let's talk about psych. Psych, I will tell y'all, I went in with the impression that I was gonna be scared to be there. I don't know why. I think I watched too many movies before going in to the psych hospital, and it's honestly not what you think it is. It wasn't a bad experience for me at all. I think that, you know, being able to see that dynamic of things was very beneficial. I don't know if I would personally work in psych, but it was something that I feel I did need to see and experience. I think throughout the entire psych rotation, the hardest part for me was not being able to have access to my phone because I can't contact my daughter during that 12-hour shift, besides for my 30-minute break. But psych actually was not bad. If anybody is going in and concerned about safety, I don't think that you should be. If there's any type of safety concern or issue, you won't be in the same room. Like, you won't be in a room with someone where you feel like, you know, your safety is potentially at risk. So please don't be like me and don't be worried. Your safety will still be priority throughout that clinical rotation. So please don't worry yourself. So yes, please be prepared when you go there. I don't know if every location is the same, but I know as far as my location, you cannot bring your phone in there. They will take your phone and put it in a locker. You can't bring your keys. You can't bring anything that could potentially bring harm. They will take it and leave it at the front. My location allowed us to bring lunch, but it could not be in a plastic bag. But you'll get some guidelines on what to expect and what not to expect whenever you go in there. But yeah, so please just make sure you expect that, because I think it kind of caught us off guard. I think we were the first clinical rotation at that location. I think it was a new location that was added to WGU's roster. So we kind of had to figure that out the hard way. But if you watch this video, then you should be prepared. No plastic bags, no phone, no keys. If you need to leave your phone anywhere, there's lockers in the front. They will check to make sure you don't have anything on you. And when I say that, you just go through a little metal detector to see if you have any items that might make it go off. So prep yourself for that. But yes, the reports there looked a little different than the typical hospital report. So like I said, I think it was something that was beneficial for me to see because it's a completely different dynamic than being in the hospital whenever you're interacting with patients. So a lot of therapeutic communication. It's a lot of things that come into play that you can kind of apply from being in the class. You can apply it in real life. So I definitely seen a glimpse of that. As far as the class itself, I will say that the class is, you do need to know your meds. Your clinical instructor will tell you, you know, that is some of the things, something that you kind of need to hone into. So you do need to go a little bit hard on your meds. I personally used simple nursing just because I tell you all the time I'm very visual. I'm not a reader, I'm a visual person, but you still have to kind of know the meds and, you know the side effects, know what to give, when not to give it. It's certain things that will be on a study guide from your CI that you would definitely need to hone into. So please, when you're going into this class, just know psych is like a mini pharmacology and a lot of therapeutic communication, but you can do it. But definitely, please consider those things. So I do have my community location already. I don't have the dates, but I do have the location, and it's at like a rehab facility. It could be anywhere, anything in regards to the community. It could be at a school, it could be at a volunteer place. It's so many different places you can go to, but for me, I am going to be at a rehab. I do not have my shifts yet, but as soon as I get it, you know, I always post it on Instagram, so I would definitely update you guys on that. But speaking of clinical hours updates, let's go ahead and go through all of the hours that I have had so far with each clinical rotation. So the first rotation was adult health 1. Remember, that was 72 hours. We had adult health 2, which was 72 hours as well. We had women and children's, which, let me pull up the list. Women and children's, which was 60 hours, which is like 5 shifts. And for psychiatric and mental health nursing clinical, it was 48 hours. I'm gonna put what I'm reading right here. Community and health, 48 hours. Adult health 2 will be 72 hours. And that final one will be 132 hours, which would be the heaviest of the heaviest. And I told y'all, that one, it will be consecutive, so please make sure you prepare yourself for that, because at the end you will be transitioning into a registered nurse, so you might have to give your job a heads up, but it is going to be pretty heavy with the clinical hours in the end. So yes, that is the bulk of the update for this term. I kind of feel like this term is a little bit mellowed out, and that's probably what took me so long to make a video, because I feel like it's not much that I can touch base on. I feel like it's still the same experience. I'm still having my clinical rotation sent to me 3 weeks to a month in advance. I haven't had anything that popped up besides me not having my phone that I felt like I kind of needed to bring to you guys' attention. I am on track to graduate, and I have not gotten my windows for my 2 clinical rotations for next term yet, and that is what I'm anticipating the most. Because I mean, I have a date where I'm set to graduate, but I honestly think it depends on my clinical rotations and when I finish my OA or my exit exam for the final class. So I'm really just trying to get those dates so I can have a better understanding of when I can apply for nursing residencies and things of that nature. But yeah, the only other update I had was, I always post on my Instagram what I'm doing, but I had the privilege of being able to be a student speaker for the lab expansion this previous weekend. And it was, I think that when it comes to me being involved with WGU, I am very vocal about it. I always tell my mentor, I tell whoever is WGU, I'm going to tell them how I always want to be hands-on. And I think that's kind of how I landed being able to do something like that. I will tell y'all, I'm very nervous. I don't know if I come off like that, but I'm very nervous about being in front of the camera. And y'all, I had cameras in my face all weekend. And the only camera I'm not nervous about being in front of is this one, because I can control it. Like if my ankle's bad, I can move it. But that camera, not so much. But I was able to be a student speaker, and I was able to bring my daughter, so she was able to kind of hear me talk. But basically for that student speaker story, I just had to kind of give my background and what led me to WGU and what my ultimate goal was. And that was centered specifically around my daughter, because as y'all know, I do want to be a NICU nurse. That is the ultimate goal, and I'm working as hard as I can to get to it. But yeah, I was able to speak about it in front of a room full of people, and I was so nervous, but I knocked it out and got it out the way. I also did a video like a student story video for WGU, giving my same story. So y'all may see that soon. Who knows? I was very nervous about that as well, but we went ahead and we knocked it out. I do want to remind y'all, everything that I'm doing in regards to this video, me giving y'all updates. I'm not partnered with WGU. It was an opportunity that was presented to me to be able to speak, but I'm not partnered with WGU. So anytime y'all see me do these videos, I'm not getting paid for it. It's not a paid partnership. It's just for the sake of me updating you all, because I always get good feedback saying that I'm doing a good job. So I want to continue to do that for y'all. So yes, I'll insert some clips. On what I did this weekend. Sorry, y'all, my daughter was texting me, but I'll insert some clips of what I did this weekend. It was an honor to be able to have my daughter kind of see what I do. I was able to bring my sister in. She was a part of the interview. It was kind of, I don't know, I feel like sometimes I don't talk about nursing like I should. And I was forced to talk about nursing. I was forced to talk about what led me there, what my goals and dreams were. I was forced to say it out loud instead of in my head. And it was really a good feeling. So I definitely recommend, like I told you, I'm the vice president of the NSNA. So I really feel like I always try to be involved in everything. And it's very beneficial to do more than just knock out schoolwork and kind of get to your bachelor's degree. I feel like sometimes when you do more than that, you open up doors that you don't realize. So if y'all heard anything from me, be hands-on as much as you can. Ask if there's any opportunity for you to be hands-on. Don't shy away from it. The worst thing that can happen, I always say that the worst thing that can happen when you ask for something or ask a question is somebody saying no. And I can take a no. I've heard plenty of no's my entire life. And when those yes comes, it always make it worth it. So always ask. Never shy away from just asking. So this video may be a little bit shorter only because y'all didn't ask me that many questions this time. So I really didn't know what to say. But I did have a couple questions that popped up on my Instagram. I posted and I told y'all to ask. I posted it on my Instagram and told y'all to ask. And I only got one in the comments. I only got one in the comments with somebody asking me a question, so I'm going to answer it. She was asking about calculating medications and lab, and if calculators are allowed. Y'all, you will always have a calculator. Anytime you have to calculate something, you will never have to do it by hand, whether that's the lab or whether that's you taking your exam. They will always allow calculators, so please don't stress yourself out. You will have the tools that you need to be able to calculate medications. Even when you're in the lab and you're doing scenarios, you still will have access to some type of calculator. So please don't worry yourself about that. So yes, y'all, this video is much shorter than my average video. This is more of just a quick update. If y'all have things that y'all need me to answer, and I really hope that I didn't forget someone that may have messaged me and asked me to answer a question. If y'all have any questions, drop it in the comments, because it's a little bit easier for me to kind of have it all in one place. So drop it in the comments or go to that post on my Instagram page and ask that question so I can make sure I include it in a video, because I'll come back a little bit sooner and give y'all an update instead of waiting so long, and then maybe I can answer the video or the question then. But I'll go ahead and insert some clips from the what I did this weekend so you guys can kind of get a little glimpse of it. But hopefully I see y'all soon. But yes, this video is going to be a little bit shorter, but I hope that I didn't miss anyone that asked me a question in my inbox, because I'm having a hard time finding it. It might be best to leave a comment down below or to comment under the post where I ask if you guys have any questions so I can make sure that I get them answered for you. My next video that comes, it won't be as long from now. I feel like this one was so short. I'll give you guys another video, but please ask me questions so I can know what to talk about in that next video. So I will insert clips of what I did this previous weekend. And like I said, if y'all take anything from this video, please be very vocal about wanting to be involved. I am very shy. I'm a very camera shy person, believe it or not, but I only get over things by just kind of forcing myself to do it. So this weekend was hard for me, but I'm happy that I did it and I got it over with. And it was something that was a great opportunity for me, and also like an opportunity for me to show my daughter that side of me, because I don't think that she knows that side of me, but I feel like it was beneficial. So take yourself out that box, do something that you normally wouldn't do. You never know what can come from it. I am still en route to graduate. I'm still very excited to be here, and I would still recommend WGU. But yeah, that's all that I have for this video. I'm so sorry if I missed your questions. Leave it down below and I will make sure I get it answered for you. So my first time putting on my scrubs and coming in here, I was happy, I was nervous, but it was like that was so